All right. Good morning. I'm trying to figure out how to get this on Facebook without having to go on Facebook. I used to be able to do it, and then I connected this webcam, and so now I think it's a whole different setup. So we gonna just do it here, and all of you in Facebook, because my phone is over here, my computer is right here, so we just gonna be back and forth, right? Um, for those people that don't know who I am, my name is Omitosin. My full name is Ianifa Omitosin Ifashadun Ifashawa Fayemi Ipega Awoyade Shannon King, daughter of Cynthia, or Omo. Omo meaning daughter of. I'm super blessed to be here with y'all this morning. So typically, I have the LinkedIn. I have Sunday service at the LinkedIn or the Link Project, not LinkedIn. That's an app on me. At the Link Project, but the link, so I had a really crazy busy week, and just realized that I hadn't done any marketing for Sunday service. So I did until like 3 days ago. And so 3 days ago, I did a little post, and I decided to make it a little private. And I was going to film it at the Link Project, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to be at home in my own space, in my warm, fuzzy, oh, wait a minute, hold up. In my warm PJs. I'm in my PJ. Well, it's not my PJs, it's soft clothes. Shout out, Communion has merch. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but this is their sweatshirt. It's cropped. It's really cute and warm and soft, and it's white. Everybody has black sweatshirts. Priests and spiritual people don't wear a lot of black, so y'all missing out on a whole tribe of people who are wearing white. You know what I'm saying? Like, we like white because white deflects energy, and it doesn't help you absorb any negative energy, and it creates white light around you. And am I glowing? Oh. Hey, Eddie. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Mr. Cat. I see y'all on Facebook. I don't see the other people, though. It won't show me who's on here. Your viewers. Oh, hey. There we go. So today is February 27th, 2022. And we have had, since the last time we met and the last time I was here, I worship it. Tomiso na Modupoe for coming. Aburu Aboye Aboshishe. Y'all hear me say that. I forget. Not everybody's a priest. Y'all hear me say Aburu Aboye Aboshishe whenever I hear a priest, or wherever I see a priest come on any of the live Zooms or whatever I'm doing. That is a greeting that we give to each other that basically says, I pray that your sacrifices do not go in vain, that the blessings from heaven come down to you on earth, that your prayers are heard and answered, and then there's another one that honors your crown. So the response to that is, Ogboato Ashure Wori Wofun, which means I pray that blessings, big blessings come to you and your family. That's my Americanized paraphrasing. Or Agboato for short. But anyway, so that's how we greet. That's how we priests greet each other. And then when there's someone who is not a priest, they see a priest, they do what's called dobale. Dobale seems, the first time it ever happened to me, you might have heard me say this before, but the first time it ever happened to me, I freaked out because I was in Africa and we got out of the van and these little kids came, sprinting up to where we were after we got our priest initiation, and they came and they got on their knees in front of us. And I just kind of stood there frozen like, what is happening? And then I thought, okay, they're honoring the elders because we were elders or whatever. But come to find out, they were honoring the crown, the spiritual crown or the ashe that we were given during our initiation. So it's a beautiful thing. And so you're not, when you see me and other priests around, if you're my friend, family, know me, when you're in an Ifa setting with us, you may see somebody come up to me. And I know Ifanike, give shouts out to Teme, Wakoma, Ifanike. She always gets me wherever we are. She will dobale me. She will come and give me a hug and say, Aburu, Aboye, Iya. And I've known this baby my whole life. So it's super dope. And so my job, so you're honoring the crown or the ashe that I was given, which is, I'm a priest of Yemoja. So you're honoring the spirit and the energy of Yemoja. And so my job as a priest is to pray for you and lift you up, which means, so I'll say a prayer. A lot of priests will just say things like, Aburu Aboye or Aboshisha, a real simple prayer. I'm a little different. Y'all know me. I like to make my prayers individual. So when someone comes in dobales or kunle, meaning get on their knees in front, and I tap them on the shoulders and I pray over them, my job is to lift them up. So I say a prayer. I say, may the spirit of your ancestors bless you. May the spirit of whatever Orisha guides them or whatever energy comes through while I'm praying for them. I just speak the words and then I say Dide, which means raise up, which means your prayers and you are lifted. So anyway, that's a simple little Ifa 101. That's my Ifa 101 lesson for the day. Ashe. Typically we get started, well, all the time we get started, not typically, all the time, by honoring the ancestors and those that came before us. I'm a priest of Ifa. I'm a priest of Yemoja, and I honor the spirit guides that walk with me, and as well as my maternal and paternal ancestors. And we also have what's called Egbe, which is your heavenly mates, or those spirits that aren't a blood relative, that watch over you, that pray over you, or that protect you and guide you and all of that. So yeah, forgot my water. Be right back. Now, typically we do a fellowship in the name of Ifa, and fellowship meaning we take Ifa foods, or we will take water and gin, water for coolness and clarity, gin or spirits to raise the spiritual energy of the space of your body, and to call that into your being, call that energy into your being. So, but we water the plant because it represents the earth, it represents life, it represents growth. So, so please indulge me. Wait a minute, let me find my little plant over here. Omi tutu, ona tutu, ile tutu, tutu ori. I give thanks and praise to the spirit of the ancestors. May I have a cool head, cool heart, cool spirit, cool road, cool words, cool thoughts, cool emotions. May the spirit of emotion and the spirit of water cool this place, cool this space. We give thanks and praise for the spiritual ancestors that came before us. We give thanks to those who made the ultimate sacrifice so that we could be here today on this very space, time, place, planet, universe, star, that we could be here together. We give thanks and praise to those who made the ultimate sacrifice of their lives so that we could be here, to be here together in a free state of mind, in a free state of being, in a free state of consciousness. I give thanks and praise to my own ancestors, those known and unknown, those who guide me, those who give me blessings, those who give me messages and whispers in the night, those who come to me in all of my waking moments. I give thanks and praise to the ancestors whose energy flows through me, in me, as me. I give thanks and praise to all of the elders, teachers, guardians, and guides, those that have given me wisdom, even if they didn't know they were giving me wisdom. I give thanks and praise for the messages and the blessings and the lessons that I've gotten over this past lifetime. We give thanks and praise to all of those elementals. We give thanks and praise to the forces of nature that help us be stronger in ourselves, stronger in the universe, and stronger to our God self, to our God source, to the spiritual higher being of ourselves. We give thanks and praise today for technology, that we could all be in our warm, cozy homes together and still be here in oneness and unity, in oneness and unity and life and love and spirit and grace and mercy. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Stumbling over words today, y'all. Oh, we give thanks for words. We give thanks for communication. We give thanks for clarity of mind. We give thanks for being in my right mind today, to be here with, for y'all, because I'm here to serve. So, I also wanted to take a moment, because I didn't get to do it this morning the way I wanted to do it. If I can find it. Hold on one second. So people often ask me what my morning rituals are. What do I do in the morning? Because if you know me and if you've ever tried to meet with me before 10 o'clock, it's probably not a good idea, because I'm praying. I'm praying, I'm meditating, I'm trying to get into my day, into my week, into my month. Hey, Lexi King. Just trying to get grounded. Because, you know, we get a lot of stuff thrown at us today. And if you don't have a grounding first thing in the morning, day can be completely thrown off. Tracy Weir, sending you love. So in the Yoruba tradition, we have what's called ikin. These are palm nuts. If you can see them, I'll hold them here. I'll hold them here. So every morning, mostly every morning, if I'm traveling, I usually carry 2 of these with me to pray with. And they're just kind of a talisman and a protection and something that keeps me close to spirit, so that I can pull them out and use my word magic and use my energetic magic to manifest things and make things happen. But this is my morning prayer, and I figured I would share it with y'all today. Whether you're an Ifa practitioner or not, this prayer for me is really profound. I used to have it memorized, but I'm rusty, so I'm reading it from the paper today. But this is a prayer to Orunmila, or the spirit of destiny, the spirit of my destiny, of the things that are guarding me and guiding me to my purpose. I like to round. Not everybody does this. Some people just pray over them. I like friction. I like friction. I like the way they feel in my hand, and I like the meditative sound as I'm praying. Hopefully you guys can hear. Orunmila Ajiborisha Kipero, I offer you morning greetings in the name of my Odu, my sacred verse. Just as you wake up every morning to offer greetings to Olodumare, the creator and father of all existence, I thank you for bringing me to the beginning of another day, for guarding me through my sleep, to see this morning and to look forward to the chores of another day. I thank you most especially for not allowing me to offend my fellow man throughout yesterday, because you have ordained that to serve God according to the divine laws, your children should be able to tell you every morning that they have resisted the temptation to do any wrong against Olodumare, the 200 divinities, and the children of God, and the society in which they live. Furthermore, in accordance with your injunction, I refrain from avenging all wrongdoings done to me by my relations, friends, and foes, and done good turns to all of my friends and enemies alike. Help me to neutralize all evil plans against me, just as you neutralize any evil that I might be tempted to plan against my fellow man, because you have proclaimed that is the universal secret of long life and enduring prosperity. Protect me today and always from all dangers or evils in my abode, in my home, in my place of work, in my interactions with others, in my relationships. Ifa, please bless me on this day. Show me the spirit of my destiny and my purpose and my highest self. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And then you add your own prayer, whatever your prayer is. Aburo aboye, aboshishe, amotunibuwa, iya, ibeji. Sorry, I have to do those little shout outs, man. I love fellow priests, because let me tell y'all something. No one understands me like another priest, because they know exactly what I'm going through. So these are my king. And then after I do this prayer to Orumila, or to my destiny, I do my own prayer. Pray for my loved ones. I pray I call on people's names. I give, thanks and praise to all those people that helped me and took care of me and loved on me and hated on me. So that's part of my morning meditation. I drink water, and I pray into the water before I drink it, that the prayers, that coolness and clarity come over me, that this water clean me from the inside out. Wash away any illness, wash away any sickness, wash away anything that is not, of my highest self. So it's kind of to make everything a ritual. Like, I try to make everything in my life a ritual of some sort, because that's what our ancestors came from. Our ancestors came from ritual. They did ritual on a daily, regular basis. My godbrother, Ajibona Obani, is a master of ritual. He does ritual all day long. And not that I'm trying to copy or anything, but it's just something really good in the ritual of things. So I'm following kind of in his footsteps with my own life and my own way, doing it the way Omi would do it. Just following ritual. So shout out to the Ajibona, Obani, Baba Ifasami, Baba Irwin, all of the names that you know and love him by. That's my homie. So I'm giving a shout out. So I am Ianifa Omitosin. I am a priest of Ifa, priest of Yemoja in the Ile. The house, or the Ile that I come from, is OIDSI. And that stands for the Obafemi Institute for the Divine Study of Ifa. OIDSI. I've been a priest for 12 years. I've been doing this work. I took a little break to heal thyself. And so I came back into the priesthood, and I'm very happy to be, with my spiritual family. And I'm very happy that my spiritual family here in Seattle is growing and expanding, and, we're doing the things. So I feel very blessed in this moment. But this past week, and I feel like I always say this on a Sunday service, like, this week was rough. This week was interesting. It was a good week, but it was just a roller coaster of emotions and unexpected changes. And we went through the 2, 5 twos, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah. Which adds up to, so we honored the number 2 and the number 5 and the number 10, because if you add it all together, it's 10. Which adds, if you break it down to one digit, that's 1. The self, one person, one me. Individual. So, so I've been thinking about that energy of they call it a palindrome. Okay, I need to put my glasses on. I got new glasses, y'all. I had to get white ones. I just had to. Now let me know if the little circle light thing is too distracting. But, so, this 22222 number, and the energy behind it, and coming out of Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde and the full moon in my sign, in a Taurus. There's been a lot going on in relationships. Relationships are the word of the year. We're in a universal year 6. Relationships, family, domesticity, all the things. So everybody's home life and family life and relationship lives are getting shaken up. But there's also, we're getting to a deeper level of love. Even for those people that get on your last nerve, there's just a new sense of renewed kind of love that's going on. And so you can choose to tap into all of this energy, all of this stuff is going on. There's so much I can't deal, and all the things, or you can do something about it and recognize, flip how you're seeing it, flip your perception of the energy that's going on. We're in a very powerful state of being right now in the universe. So use that to your advantage. Do those prayers for manifestation. Do those prayers to be able to call in the things that you want to have happen in your life. Because we're in a time right now in our lives where you can really literally create whatever it is that you desire in your life. You know, it's just a matter of speaking it, praying on it, meditating, allowing yourself to feel what it would feel like to have $5 million in the bank. I know what it would feel like. I'm trying to manifest it. Because one, for me, I would probably be giving it away. Some of it anyway. I like to bless people. Hey, Rajani, sending you and love, 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 love. Yeah, I would probably help my family. I would probably invest in some things. I talked last Sunday service about my life changes as far as like having to write a will and writing a will and getting life insurance and leaning into midlife. It's a daunting thing. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. That's what we're doing. We moving into a new state of being and a new perception on what that means. I'm not getting older. I'm getting seasoned. When things get seasoned, if you think about it, if you season a steak, it makes the steak real juicy. Put some salt on the watermelon. Y'all know I wasn't born in the South, but my roots are real Southern, and I live there. So I love nothing better than to put a little bit of salt on my watermelon and on my peaches. Sometimes on the apple, depending on the apple. If it's a green apple, I'll put some salt. I'm country, but seasoning makes things juicy. So I'm looking at this as the juicy time in my life where I'm able, because 30, you're learning who you are. You're learning what you want, and you go through the career and all the things. 40, you're kind of in it. You're having your kids. You're doing your thing. You're breathing. You may be married. You may not. You may find a partner. You know, things are different now than when I was in my 30s and 20s. When you're in your 40s, you know, you're settled and you kind of have your life the way you want. You kind of moving way, and then you get to that midlife change, and you're like, excuse my French, fuck all of this. I'm doing something else. This is not working. Washington Mutual, God bless it. I loved working there. I loved my job, but I recognize now that this is my life. This is my purpose. This is where I'm trying to go, to be able to share with y'all and love on y'all and be, you know, charismatic and show love and, you know, wear ridiculous glasses. Just be myself. Finally, we get caught up in so much in what we thought we were supposed to be and who our parents told us we were supposed to be and who we made up in our mind was the ideal of what the career was and all that stuff. And then you get to 50 and you're like, none of that matters. None of it matters. What you mad about? None of it matters. Bye-bye. Agora tô chorando no boro boy. Baba nephew. Anyway. So I was just, I have this, I like to ponder in my car. And when the I keep wanting to call it the Omicron, like some transformer or something. When the variant of COVID, Omarion, the Omarion jokes had me dying. The Omicron hit. I got scared and went back in the house and was like, not for me. And then I went out to Gathering Roots and I was like, no, I'm gonna stay right here. There is no COVID cooties out here. I could just be safe. And I stayed out there and I have not gotten COVID. I feel super blessed. But I've been pondering just what I do and who I am as a healer. And what does that really mean? And so I wrote this down. So I'm one of those people that if I think of something fast enough, I'm not a journaler per se. I don't like sit down and write in a journal every day. I don't have that much attention. So like I meditate. That's where I center myself. But to sit down and actually write my feelings, I'm not doing it. So I take little notes. I have little notes. I have notebooks with little notes everywhere. It's Post-its and little voice recordings of things that I thought or had in my sleep or whatever. So this was one that came to me in my sleep. And this may be, you may have heard this before. I may have heard it before, just didn't recall where I heard it, but I thought I made it up. I don't know. There's nothing new anyway. Healing is not something that you do. It is who you are. Let me say it again. Healing is not something that you do. Healing is who you are. Okay, I'm going to take this off for a second because the light's bugging me. Healing is an endless or consistent shedding of the human shell. Think about it. We're born to die, right? From the moment you were born starts the growth as well as the decline of this human form that you have, right? The shell of the human experience, this body, and it starts to decay. It starts as a baby, it grows, we tadpoles, and then we grow legs, and then we get bigger, and then we walk upright. Well, we start crawling, then we walk upright, then we grow, and we go through puberty, and then we start our, reproductive cycle where we can create new humans and, give birth and all that. And then we go, and then it starts to go to where your body starts to break down, and you have to keep fortifying yourself and making yourself healthy and, making sure that you're replenishing the things that, all the mistakes you made, all the French fries you ate. You gotta make sure you do something to flush all that fat out of your body and all the toxins from the chemicals that you ate, because I'm a candy whore. Yeah, I said it. I love candy, and COVID has not helped that matter. Candy doesn't make me gain weight, though. It just jacks up my teeth. So, yeah. Well, and my son is the same. We are candy. It's ridiculous. But I'm healing that sweet sugar craving and putting other sweet things in my life. Hello. So that sugar doesn't become the sweetness for me. So we're shedding this human shell. What's in the human shell? Because in my mind, don't judge me, as a child, I literally pictured this being a costume of a something or armor that you put over your spirit. And I could see the shape of white light in the shape of my body with my body on top of it. Yeah. I don't know if that came out right. Right. That's how, as a kid, I used to picture myself. I was like, I have this light inside me. I think I saw some cartoon or something. I don't know. Wonder Woman or something. And you know how they, in the 70s, don't judge me. In the 70s, they had shows, and they would show like the glow around you. Y'all all seen The Last Dragon. When you got that glow, and he had the gold glow around him. Don't act like it's just me. Y'all know who Timok is. Don't front. Because Timok was fine. And we all loved him. But I was looking at Vanity too. So anyway, she was my idol. Anybody that knows me, Vanity was my high school idol. I got suspended from school. True story. I got suspended from school for 3 days because I came to school with a camisole on that was kind of sheer. You couldn't really, it's 80s stuff. So it was like black, and it had like the lace here, and it was like a corseted little situation. I had on pants and a tuxedo jacket. Because y'all know I'm a weirdo. And my teacher said she saw my breasts, and I got suspended because I was trying to be Vanity. And then I had this sweater. My mother bought this sweater, so whatever. This sweater that was black, and the V went all the way down to the crack. I used to wear that to school too. Yeah, it was bad. Anyway, I digress. Yes, Charissa, I call it the skin suit. The skin suit. Well, think of it as suit, because suit to me is like soft and pliable. Mine is like armor, like in the middle there's a seam that's gonna open up, and my real me is gonna go ah. Moments you have as imagination as a kid was on point, because I was an only child and I had no playmate, so I had to like make shit up. So healing is not something that you do; it is who you are. It is an endless, consistent shedding of the human shell. And the human shell is made up of circumstances, situations, trauma, lack of nutrition, like all the things. It's also made up of love and softness or hardness or, I just drew a blank. But you guys get the gist. Your human shell, right? Because inside is your spirit, your heart self, your energetic being. Because we talk about the chakras on the outside, right? We have all this, we have the physical body, we have the ethereal body, we have the astral body, there's like 9 layers. I'm talking about the physical body and the inner side, the inner core of your being, your light being. There's a movie called The Unbearable Lightness of Being. I picture in my mind actual light. So this human process, or this healing, is a process of evolving and expanding your heart space in the inside to get to the infinite source of your light core, right? The light that's in you, which is God, or your God self, depending on what you believe or how you see it. So your healing is to shed all of the energetic things on the inside, brain, things that you think, thoughts, things, anger, frustration, things that you're holding, emotions that you're holding in your gut, in your heart space. If your heart was broken, you lock a portion of your heart off, right? These are real things, right? But healing is shedding all of this stuff. And so that was one of my little morning thoughts. And so how are you healing this human core to get to your God self, right? We do it by, of course, you think about healing, you think about herbs, you think about tinctures and exercise and water and sleep and sex and meditation and all of these things that are good, things that will heal your body, heal your spirit, heal your mind, soothe your core. But do you know what you're healing? Do you know really what you're healing? Like, you get the sniffles, no, better yet, you get chest congestion, you make a tea, put some peppermint, some eucalyptus in it, put a little whiskey in it, some lemon, some honey, some garlic, baby, sip it. It's going to keep the medicine in those forces of nature, i.e. herbs, vegetables, whatever, is going to heal up your body, right? But these are all the physical shell. So what about the inner shell? Things like depression, anxiety, self-doubt, just anything that is not keeping you whole and complete, withholding, lies, feeling like you got to cover up stuff, not being true to your culture, not being true to your family, not being true to your damn self, right? So I was thinking about anxiety, and anxiety is fear of something. Anytime you have anxiety, it means you're afraid of something. For me, there was a fear of being seen. There was a fear of being incompetent. There was a fear of not being smart enough. There's a fear that I'm too much for people. There's a fear that I'm a little too animated and charismatic, that I took up too much space, that I was too loving, too this, too that, right? And then you go into the not enoughs. Not enough. I'm not old. I'm not old enough for whatever. I'm not young enough for whatever. I'm not pretty enough or skinny enough. My hair's not long enough. My hair's not short enough. My eyelashes are not long enough. I need to make, just all the crazy anxiety. So when you have these moments of anxiety, now we are moving into a different energy and different time in the universe, right? So people are thinking about their health. They're thinking about healing. They're thinking about how can I affect change and make my life better. Because, even with the fact that, we were basically locked down for almost 2 years, right? How you can't just go out and do something. You can't just leave the house and go wherever. You got to sit with this thing. You got to deal with this thing, which is what I had to do by myself. So, you have to ask yourself, when you have those moments of depression, when you have those moments of anxiety, and if you don't have a therapist or you're just dealing with yourself right now, where's this anxiety coming from in those moments? Some of us don't even recognize that we have anxiety. I know I didn't. I didn't think of that what was happening with me was anxiety. I was like, ooh, my nerves is bad. Because I'm country. Oh, my nerves is bad. Give me some Robitussin. No, but it's like, your nerves get bad, which is anxiety. And I would be panicked. But I didn't think it was panic because it didn't feel like panic to me. Or I'd be feeling on edge, not knowing what to do with myself, like overstimulated baby. And that's all anxiety. And it shows up, my son had an anxiety attack once, and he just froze. He was like this. Just gone. Not connected to his body, not connected to his mind, just in the ether, astral traveling, whatever he was doing, he was gone. But you have to ask yourself, where's this coming from? Is it coming from a spiritual, mental, emotional, or energetic space? What's the root of this anxiety? Why is it that I am triggered by the thought of abandonment? Like, on a real level, why does that trigger me? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? If someone leaves you, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? They're not going to be in your life anymore. And what? And what? If they're not meant to be in your life, they're going to go away anyway. So causing yourself anxiety, worrying about people leaving your life, they're going to die eventually, or you will. So I've been trained and learned and forgot and am relearning. Because oftentimes we get so many lessons, we forget some of them. Then make a mistake and be like, oh, that was that lesson. Detached attachment or attached detachment. You can say it either way. Attached attachment, detached attachment. Either way, you're attached to something. I can love you. I can hold space for you. I can be in love with you and want to have a relationship with you. But if it's not going to kill me if it ends, I might be hurt. I might be, scarred a little bit, feel a little sting, but I'm not going to die. And neither are you. We're not going to die. So I have to figure out, allow myself to grieve the loss of the relationship, or the loss of the person in my life, or the loss of whatever it is, and move past that to, okay, let me fill my life with something else. Let me do something else. Let me not focus on them leaving me, or them going away, or them, separating in some form. Let me not get attached to that, but still love them. That's that Baba Femi, my Baba will say, I can love you. I can love you from the other side of town. Hi, Dad. Oh, my daddy's on here. What's up, dude? Anyway, so I can love you from the other side of town. I don't have to be in your life. If you decide to go away, it's going to hurt. It's going to sting. But detachment says, I still love you. And even though I'm grieving, I want the best for you. And I'm not going to tie any emotion to you leaving. That's just how that goes, right? But as I'm thinking about anxiety and I'm thinking about depression and I'm thinking about the things that we mentally take ourselves through on a daily basis, why? The beat up, the mental calisthenics, as they say, that get us to a place of anxiety and stress and panic and feeling away and, not connecting with God at all. Just connecting with this. You're not even really connecting with this. You're connecting with this. And the past, what he, she, them, they did to you. So I just wanted to get, I'm not going to get real deep today. I have new nose jewelry, and I keep forgetting, y'all like my nose jewelry, that is there, and I'm keep touching it. But healing is not something that you do. It is who you are. It's a constant, endless, consistent shedding of the human shell of circumstances, situations, trauma, experiences. It's a process of evolving and expanding your heart space to get to the infinite source of light, which is at the core of your being, which is your God self, your highest state of being, your highest state of consciousness, your connection with your third eye, your connection with your highest self. So some things to think about when you're having these moments of anxiety and depression and you want to heal, right? Because oftentimes, people think, I'm sick, I go to the doctor. They give me some medicine, I'm better. Don't treat the symptoms, right? Treat the dis-ease. Whatever the dis-ease is. Disease is not just cancer. Disease is not just fibroids. Disease is not Parkinson's or lupus or any of the dis-eases that they show us on TV that we're supposed to heal up with some medicine. Dis-ease is, I don't love myself. Dis-ease is, I don't take care of myself. Dis-ease is, I am a people pleaser and do things for other people without checking in with my own needs first. Dis-ease is hearing someone give you a criticism and making up in your head that you're bad, wrong, fat, skinny, ugly, stank, whatever. That's dis-ease. That's mental dis-ease. There's mental dis-ease. There's spiritual dis-ease. There's physical dis-ease. There's emotional dis-ease. Disease is not a noun. Disease is things in your spirit, in your space, in your body, in your dis-ease can be clutter. Being a hoarder is a disease. Being just like, schizophrenia. They call it a disease, but is it really? Because you don't know. So I live in Seattle. The homeless population here is out of control, right? And if you go downtown at a certain hour and a certain day of the week, there's a block that they just kind of cleaned up and swept. It was it's Jackson and I think it's King and Jackson. 12th and Jackson. This corner, on any day in the middle of the afternoon, you can drive by and be at that light because there's a light there. There's a left turn, there's two straight there. People doing heroin on the street, just sticking themselves and squeezing the injector, or smoking all kind of things. You can see people hustling each other and stealing stuff and selling it. It's crazy, right? This corner, it was kind of scary for me. But you'll see people walking, talking to themselves, having full conversation, laughing, having a good old talk. You don't know who they talking to. You might deem that crazy. They might be seeing ancestors. And it's not that, and that's not just according to those people. Think about yourself. Spirit may be speaking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk to myself all the time. So that's crazy. I'm loonies, all that, all outdoors. I talk to myself like, Omi, God, Omitosin. I get myself in check. You never know. That might be some spiritual warfare that person is dealing with. You know, you see those people that are walking down the street and they're angry and they're yelling and screaming. Now, it might be drug induced for sure, but it may not be the drug that's making them speak the way or to whom they are speaking. I'm very compassionate about that situation. So you have to ask yourself in your own life, in your own world, where is your anxiety coming from? What's the root? We often want to treat the root or treat the stems. Stems being, disease, or stems being anxiety, or, here's a good example. If you watch daytime television, I really don't, but every now and then you catch something and you see these commercials that come on for Valtrex. I don't know. That's the first medicine I can remember. They have such crazy names too. Like, who comes up with these medication names? Medithrocypan or 12-syllable situation. But the side effects of the medication to heal the disease is sometimes lead to death. Then why am I taking this? Because it's a risk. I could take this and die to ease gas in my stomach. No. There's a purple pill, some, acid reflux thing. There's like, warning, could cause spontaneous diarrhea, bloody stool, vomiting, sleeplessness, restlessness, agitation, and sometimes death. Why do I want to take that? Do y'all read the side effects? Some more is she's a comedian, and she has a whole thing about what she says, and excuse my French, the mother effing side effects. It's like, warning. Why do I want to take something that gives me that kind of warning? Let me find some peppermint tea or some something to get this gas out of my stomach so I don't die. But anyway, treat the root, not the stem. Treat the cause of your anxiety. So here's some questions. Next time you are having a fit of depression or anxiety, and I think I'll post these. I'm going to just go through this list and we'll talk about it. Ask yourself, is Spirit speaking to me when I hear a message? Is Spirit trying to tell me something? Are my ancestors trying to tell me something? Enifa, if you spill water or drop food, 9 times out of 10, somebody in Enifa is going to say, ooh, you better put some food on your ancestor altar. You better feed your people. Feed your ancestors. Feed your ancestors, right? You may have picked up, could I have picked up someone else's energy? Am I empathic? Could I have felt someone really strongly and not recognize that I'm carrying the same energy that they were carrying in that moment? We pick up people's energy. You go somewhere and you were feeling one way and all of a sudden you're feeling another way and nothing happened other than you just standing there. That's somebody else's, you done picked up somebody else's stuff. Give it back. Return to sender. Not today, Satan. We're not doing that today. I've been having a great day and gone somewhere and then be sad as hell when I came back. I'm like, why am I so sad right now? Oh, someone else must have been feeling something and I just, tapped into it. Don't tap in. Don't tap in. Don't do it to yourself. Your body may be telling you what you need to heal. Me being a candy whore, craving sugar, it's not just some chemical thing I needing to switch in my diet. Yes, this is true, but I need sweetness in my life. My life has been a little rough lately. I need to get loved on. And loved on is not a sexual thing. Loved on meaning some hugs, some touch, somebody rub on you a little bit, rub my head, some intimacy, sweetness in my life, some blessings, to manifest something and see it come to pass, to pray for something and see my blessings come. That's, your body could be telling you what you need, craving salt. You may need some sort of mineral replacement. I know, when over 50, I needed to take magnesium and MSM and copper and silver. And like my body was not absorbing vitamins properly. And so I needed to change it and start taking supplements. Your body can tell you what you need. And it doesn't always have to be from sickness. It doesn't always, like, I really pay attention to my body. If my skin gets really dry, I need to turn on my humidifier. You know, just pay attention to your body. Your mind, oh, check this out. You ever have just like a random thought that came completely out the blue, out of nowhere, and thought, why am I thinking about that right now? It may be something that you need to change your perspective on. And your mind is bringing it up to you to look at it a different way. Sometimes if you have a memory recall of something that you thought was super just terrible in your life, that person picked on you, that you got a beating from your parents for doing something that you knew you wasn't supposed to be doing. You got grounded. I don't know, consequences to something that may have happened, that it comes up into your memory recalls it, so you can have a different experience of it and change your perspective of it. Right? I recognize that I grew up very well taken care of. I was well taken care of in my life growing up. And I took it for granted. I took for granted that my mother bust her ass to give me everything I wanted and things I didn't even know I thought I wanted. Right? And I was so focused on not trying to be the black, white, suburban girl that I recognized that my mom made a lot of sacrifices for me in my life to make sure that I was well taken care of. And I was. And I used to run from that. Some would label me a princess. Whatever. Say it with love. Okay, I was a princess. I got a lot of attention in my family. And, I didn't run from that. The root of that, though, the root of some dis-ease in my life growing up meant I didn't value money the way I should have, because I always had it. I never had to ask for it. Wasn't taught how to take care of it, manage it, write a check, balance my credit, none of that. I had to learn all that stuff on my own. So that was the dis-ease for me, is managing money. One of my sacred verses when I became a priest was ensuring the proper use of money in my life. I don't have a scarcity mentality. I'm not scared to make money. I'm not scared to spend money. I'm not scared to lose money, because when I lose it, I know it's coming back. It's currency. The spirit of currency. Money. You put money out, money comes back in. You pay it forward, you get it back. So whenever you get those moments where you feel like you're broke, and I don't ever say I'm broke. I ain't broke. I ain't broke, busted, none of that. I am blessed and highly favored, and money flows to me frequently and in abundance. And then my motto, y'all have heard this before if you ever pay attention to my lives. Oh, and by the way, click like and click share of this Sunday service. I feel like there's, other people that could benefit from this conversation we having, even though y'all are not talking. Y'all are talking to me, but you're not talking to me, if that makes sense. But my money mantra is money come, money flow, money stay, money grow. Whenever I get some money in my hand, a nice little chunk of change, money come, money flow, money stay, money grow. And watch it grow. There's a prayer that we say in Ifa where it says, Ifa Arumila, do not let it be long before you bless me with money. Do not let it be long before you bless me. Do not let me go broke or spend everything before you bless me again, so that the currency keeps flowing to me. Okay. You may be pulling in some sort of, if you're having anxiety and it's coming out of nowhere, or depression and it's coming out of nowhere, ask yourself, Am I experiencing emotional? Ask yourself. Now, you might not have the answer to this. Let me give a caveat. You may not have an answer to this, right? But ask yourself, is this deep emotional pain that I'm having from another existence, from a past life? Is it karmic? Am I burning off some karma? Because sometimes you be wowsy woo-wooing, right? And you did or said that thing that you wasn't supposed to say or do to that person. That's karma coming back on you, boo. Karma works both ways. When something wrong is done, that person that did it gets karma. When you do something wrong, what goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. So, and sometimes you get to watch, the karma unfold and you be like, ooh, that hurt, huh? Which is really ugly and petty. But people do it. So, ask yourself the question, where is this deep emotional pain coming from? It could be a past life. I had a roots reading. My Baba did what's called a roots reading for me. And I recognized that the odus and the patterns that fell from my family, I am really old. I'm 5. I am my great 5 greats grandfather returned. I don't know how they can tell that from the reading, but I trust the process and the science of Ifa. So my great grandfather returned from my mother's side of the family. And he was a womanizer because there were many women in the lineage. My mother was the oldest with her father. I was raised by my step-grandfather, but my mother's biological father, Alfred Dibby Thomas Ibashe, to my great-grandfather, who I loved as a kid. I didn't really know him that well, but anyway, he had 19 children by 15 different women. I'm going to say that again. My great-grandfather had 19 children by 15 different women. My mother was the oldest. The youngest was the same age as my younger brother. Right? So, I have aunties. I remember being a kid and having women come up to me and be like, oh, there's my baby. I'm your auntie. And I'm looking at her. I'm like, I don't know you, lady. Who are you? And my mom would say, oh, that's your auntie. She's your Grandpa Dibby's daughter. And it like more than a few times, or I'm Southern. I'm from the Midwest, and Midwest people do a little different. You have those people come like, ooh, girl, you look like da 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 da. I bet you from da 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 da's family. And it would be like, yeah, okay, yep, my grandfather was the man. So I carry that energy in my DNA. The womanizing, hence I have the capacity to love many people. And I'm assuming that my grandfather, great-grandfather did too. But he didn't know how to manage it. So he took advantage and he was a womanizer. So it is taboo for me to misuse my relationships. So I don't do casual relations. I don't do casual sex. I don't do one-night stands. You can't just come rub up on me. I need to know you and have a little bit of knowledge of your people and your energy and where you came from. Because I don't want to reincarnate that karma of womanizer, liar, cheater, bad in relationships. Now, I have cheated in my relationships before. I didn't think it was cheating at the time because it was just like, you're not giving me what I need. I'm going to go over here and talk to this person. But I don't do that. I don't do that because I don't want that to come back on me. And it has. So, if that's karma, my karma is burnt off. Ask yourself, do you need a traditional healer and not Dr. Feel Good? Not Dr. Give me some pills, you take this 2 times and call me in the morning, doctor. You may need someone like myself to come and put their hands on you or to pray over you or tell you what messages you're getting from spirit or from ancestors. You may need a tarot card reading to get the messages from spirit that are for you. You may need a priest like myself or a medium or someone to do a misa where they bring in spiritual energy and they tell you exactly what's going on in your life and it's dead on. You can't knock something that is spot on. You can say what you want, call it voodoo, call it what you want, call it demon, whatever. It works to help me ascend to my highest self. So if that's wrong, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be righty-fi. Ashe. That's where I'm at, right? So, do you need an energy healer? These are questions that I'm sorry, y'all, I got distracted. There is a white car outside my window with like the Versace pattern painted on it. Anyway, people and their stuff. Do you need an energy healer? Sometimes your energy is jacked up. You know when you got a funky attitude. You know when you're not speaking the words you're supposed to speak. You know when you're thinking the things that are not serving your brain. You know when your heart is angry about someone or something. Energy healers can help you with this. Myself, I'm an energy practitioner. I'm a Reiki master. I am a chakra balance practitioner. I'm a meditation teacher, practitioner. I can help you get your energy in order, right? By laying of, and it's funny because, I'm a pagan child and Christians call it laying of hands. We call it Reiki. It's the same principle. My grandma, Lily Lou Morgan, God rest her spirit and her soul, would lay hands on me. Listen, she would lay hands on me and I would be healed. She'd be like, drink this tea and go take a nap. And when you wake up, your headache is going to be gone. She'd get that salve that she made in the kitchen and rub it on whatever happened, whatever you had going on with yourself. She used to make me go pick some sarsaparilla or some mint in the backyard and chew it if my stomach was upset. So you may need that kind of energy, right? You may need to get in balance. Some of us don't know when our energy is off balance. You're feeling anxiety, and really it could just be your solar plexus is not activated because you don't have the will, or you don't have the self-confidence or the self-worth or the self-esteem to be able to do the things that you need to do, have those conversations, say the things you need to say to heal the stuff you've been holding on to for decades. We're in this so OIDSI, the organization that I'm a priest of, we have 60 priests all over the world, not just in one concentrated place. We sprinkled everywhere from the South to Atlanta, Houston, New York, Baltimore, DC, Belgium, Australia, Mexico, LA, Seattle, where else? Vegas, Dallas, New Orleans. Y'all know I love New Orleans. I'm a NOLA baby. So all of these, we have all these different sprinklings of priests all over the country, right? And we all do different things, and we're all learning different healing modalities, because that's what this is about, right? It's about everybody's individual and collective healing. So you may need an energy healer. And this one is something that people just are really getting hip to, but I've experienced it a lot. You may need a therapist. When's the last time you had some therapy? When's the last time you were able to sit? Because this is a sticky wicket, because people, hey, Michelle Reese, people get caught up in making their friends their therapist, right? I have a good friend who I confide in. I have a couple good friends who I actually just, can talk about what's going on with me and not feel like I'm flawed or broken or whatever, but we can talk through real issues about what's going on in my life, and they can give me, even if they don't give me counsel, they may give me a word or relate to something that I'm going through, and we can work through it together, right? And have a conversation. And talk about it, and they can help me or say, I can't help you, but your friends are not your therapist. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it in this camera. Your friends are not your therapist. Your friends are not your therapist. Your friends are not certified to deal with some of the heavy emotional stuff that we be trying to dump on our friends and family. Your friends aren't qualified for that. Your loved ones are, your partner is not qualified for that. How many of y'all, we make our partners our therapist or our counselor? That is a huge no-no. He can't fix, he, she, they can't fix you. They can't fix your problems. They can't fix your circumstances. This is why we're talking about alternatives to helping you fix your circumstances and consequences and repercussions and all the things, right? So, when was the last time you had a therapist or a life coach? I'm also a life coach. I have clients, I have private clients that I, check in with. I'm their spiritual advisor, and, we do coaching activities, and, I challenge them. I'm their accountability person. I'm a couple people's accountability person for things that they're trying to shift in their life. And speaking of which, I'm going to give a huge kudos to man, Lexi King. I'm shouting you out, man. Lexi King decided she was going to get fit and take care of herself and make changes in her life, and she is doing the damn thing. So I just want to acknowledge that and let you know that I see the work you're doing. It's really dope. So, your friends and they're not your therapist. Your partner is not your therapist. And for all intents and purposes, yes, Michelle, you nailed it. You're draining the life out of people with all of that. You are draining people with all of your, with all of your stuff that you dump on them and expect them to help you fix it. No, go to therapy. Find somebody that is certified to help you. Now, I've been watching this show called Couples Therapy on HBO. Shameless plug to Couples Therapy. Not because I like the therapy. I'm looking at it from the therapist's point of view, not this family, I'm looking at it from, okay, how is she going to help these people get through this? There's a couple on there that she is Puerto Rican, New York. He is Southern black man. The black man is, and you can tell he's a real mild-mannered man. She is the sergeant of arms. That man can't leave the house. He told a story where he said she called him at work, and he was like, she said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm working." And she was like, "Well, why didn't you answer my call when I called you earlier?" And he said, "I told her I was working." And she said, "Well, I just don't understand why you can't I don't understand why you can't just answer my call and tell me that you need to call me back." He said, "I'm calling you back right now." And she was livid. She was really, so it got to the point, and so then he couldn't leave, like he went out with his friends. She was calling, "When are you coming home? What time are you going to be back?" Just harassing the poor man. I felt bad for him. And then she was like, "I'm Puerto Rican and I don't trust people." And then she went into this whole tirade about Puerto Rican women and abuse. And the therapist stopped her and she said, "Has your husband ever abused you?" She said, "No." She said, "Has he ever yelled at you or said belittling things to you?" The lady stopped. She said, "No." She said, "Has he ever embarrassed you publicly, humiliated you?" She said, "No." She said, "Well, why are you putting all of this pressure on this person when you're projecting your abuse on this person and past relationships on this person who isn't doing anything? You're driving him crazy." And she could not get it. Every time they came back to session, he was like, "She did it again. She did it again. She did it again." She wants to know where I'm at, who I'm going to be with, what time I'm going to be back, how long I'm going to be there, how long is the drive. She's looking on the map to see how far it is from where I'm at to when I get home. And like, that's insanity for her. Like, who has that much energy to be followed? I don't care. Because if I find out that you lied or you cheated at the things, then we deal with it. I'm not going to be Inspector Clouseau following your breadcrumb trails all over the world to try to figure out if you lied to me. That's exhausting. And the therapist so the girl, the lady was really quiet. And I think she got it towards the end. But at the end, they ended up like having to make a real hard decision on whether they were going to stay together because she was so conditioned in her control of the relationship that she couldn't free up. She couldn't let go. So I watch it to learn about myself in relationship, because you can see yourself reflected. The things that resonate with you when you watch these kind of shows, usually it's yours. Something you have in you. So if you spot it, you got it. If you see something that resonates with you, there's something that's in your psyche and you might want to heal it up. So yes, Laura, I agree. When you spend money to solve your issues, you take advice and open up way more than when it's free. That is so true. So true. Because if I'm paying you $100 an hour to sit and listen to me and help me guide through my life, you best believe I'm going to tell you everything. I'm going to get my whole $100 worth. So anyway, do you need to be near water? Again, for those of you that just joined, we're asking the question, when your anxiety and depression and negative feelings and energies show up, how are you healing? This is a different way to think about healing, not just the disease and the symptoms. We're trying to get to like the root. Like, do you need to be near water? Do you need to be near in the woods? Some people like living in the woods away from, like, listen, we got 78 acres of land out in the south of Seattle, and I love just going out there just to stand in the quiet and look at the moon with no stomping over my head. Me and my neighbors go round and round, man. I just leave so I just don't have to hear them anymore. Check in with the elements. Do you need to be closer to nature? Do you need to have some sort of natural resources in your home? Plants, crystals, singing bowls, any kind of thing that may get you closer to earth, closer to God. Y'all can't see this, but my phone is propped up on a piece of clear quartz this big because it won't stay up on the stand, and it's the only thing tall enough to go under my phone to keep it propped. But it's bringing me energy, right? It's healing. It's healing me. Nature, forces of Ifa means the forces of nature. Use nature to help you heal. Here's the $1 million question. This is the $1 million question for the day. When was the last time you checked in with, sat with, prayed to, called on, meditated on, connected with your ancestors? Now, Ifa practitioners have a very formal way of connecting with ancestors, right? We have an altar. The altar is set up. You go to the altar, you meditate, you connect with those ancestors that you remembered. That's the easiest way to kind of get started, thinking about grandma and them, thinking about your auntie and them, those people that passed on, whose funeral things you got spread out on the table, and the candle and the water to help you stay balanced and cool while you're focusing on your ancestors. When's the last time you checked in? When's the last time you said a prayer, said, ancestors, please come and help me? Ancestors, please bless my home, bless my spirit, bless my life, bless my body, help me heal up. When's the last time you checked in and prayed to your ancestors? When's the last time you called the name of Cynthia Louise King, that's my mama, and said, Mama, I remember that you were good at whatever. Can you download some of that energy on me so I can remember? Can you download that energy on me so that I can change my perspective of how I was looking at my relationship to you, to me, to God? Because if you think about your childhood and you forgive your parents for the ways and means that they raised you, whether it was abusive or not abusive, and whether you were spoiled or didn't have enough, or forgive them. They were doing the best they could do with what they had to work with. Period. You don't know. If you don't know, you can't do it. You can't share it. You can't give it if you ain't got it. So, when's the last time you checked in with your ancestors? Ways that you can check in with your ancestors. For me, I like music. Music always, is my healing medicine. I'm an old Southern woman who was raised in the Midwest. I'm a Southern belle. Thank you, Pumpkin from Pluto and Sonny Patterson, for helping me acknowledge my Southern belle-ness, because it's a real thing. All the pleasantries and politeness of a Southern woman, I have those for the most part. I like to listen to Negro spirituals, like them type. I love to praise him. You know, I be getting in the spirit, right? And I didn't grow up in the church. My grandmother was an evangelist, and my other grandmother was very, spiritual in her own religious practices. But I like that old Negro, old time religious music. I like that. That helps me connect with my ancestors, who I'm sure lived on some plantation in Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana, and who sang them songs. Because when I hear them, something stirs up in me, and I can't even explain it. When I listen to the blues, when I listen to Robert Johnson and Bessie Smith and oh my gosh, Lightning Hopkins and Moms Mabley. When I listen to those kind of things, when I listen to old, it does something to me. So that's how I know I am really old, and I like that kind of music. It's stored, it's in my DNA, it's in my spirit. Listening to, putting on some roots vibes, listening to some reggae, listening to some Bob Marley. You cannot go wrong listening to Bob Marley. Bob Marley don't cuss. Bob Marley doesn't say anything negative. He keeps it real. I love to get into my reggae vibes and, have some herbal medicines and just vibe with spirit. There's a Jamaican spirit in me somewhere, because whenever I hear that music, it moves me before I even set my foot on the country. I love it, right? The medicine and the music connects us to our ancestors. Why? Because as a Black person and as a Native American person, drums are in my DNA. Drums are the thing that, get me moving. Drums speak to me in a way that I don't even understand, right? So, and there's different drums. You can kind of tell what tribe you came from based on the cadence of the drums, based on what kind of drumming it is, based on the rhythm and the there's the doon drum, there's the djembe drum, there's conga drums, there's traditional Western drums, there's hand drums, there's kalimbas, there's, those things move my spirit. And that's medicine. That connects me to my ancestors. Dancing around here singing, wade in the water. I get in here and get deep with it. I'm sure my neighbors are like, is she really down there singing old Negro spirituals? I don't care. Yes, I am. And then, also with music, so with the chakras, there are certain tones and certain frequencies that heal your body and your spirit that are in all of the music we're listening to now. You don't got to listen to Indian flutes or, singing bowls or what of that to connect with the energy of the sound of the chakras. The sound for the solar plexus chakra is the note E. I think it's do, re, mi. Is that E? I can't remember which note is E. I'm resting on my music reading. But that note, the note of E, E sharp, E flat, whatever, resonates with the solar plexus chakra energy in your body and can help you heal that energy, meaning your self-worth, your self-esteem, your will to live, your will to survive, your will to speak your truth, your will and your gumption, as my grandpa used to say. Gumption is a word, right? The solar plexus heals that energy. And that's the note of E. So any song, I don't care if it's Lil Wayne, I don't care what it is. If there's notes of E, if you focus on that note, you will open up that energy in your energetic being. Something to think about, right? Because it all starts with the drum. So when was the last time you checked in with yourself to ask yourself, really physically, I look myself in the mirror and say, what do you need right now, Omi? What does Omi need? Every day at 11:11, my phone goes off and the message that pops up says, what does Omi need? And I could be anything. I can need sleep. I can need to take a nap. I can need some water. I could need, anything. I could need to hold on to the stuff. Like whatever it is in that moment at 11:11 on that day, I start to pray for. Because 11:11 is an energetic portal that opens up to manifest. So they say. Now this is a question that I thought of, and I was like, we are a tribal people. We are a village people, no pun intended. Even though I liked the village people when I was a little girl. They were characters. I liked them. The man had on chaps. It was cute. Anyway, we're a village people. When was the last time you sat and had a conversation with your village? When's the last time you went into a community space and y'all sat down and really had conversation about what's going on with you? We do it at Gathering Roots. We do a check-in. How are you? What's your name? Where you from? What's your access needs? What's your pronouns? Go ahead, show us how it's done. Whatever. Check in with your village. What's going on in the village? I live in a building that we consider a village, right? Liberty Bank building is a village. We got some good seeds in the village. We got some not so savory seeds in the village. And they have community meetings where we sit down and talk about it. But the neighbors that I'm close to, because I'm an OG neighbor, I moved in here first. So there's probably about 50 of us that still are the original people that moved in when the building was brand new. Maybe more. I could be wrong. I think it feels like more than that. But anyway, I will invite my neighbors over from time to time. This core little group of people that I know have been here. And we'll just talk about what's going on in the building. My neighbor was shot and killed in his apartment. I keep looking down here, but the camera's up here. My neighbor was shot and killed in his apartment. And there wasn't a whole lot of conversation about it with the building, which I thought was a problem, right? I was like, why are we not talking about this? Why are we not trying to heal this energy? People were depressed because the brother was a good dude and he was shot in the building, in his apartment. The family was all there. It was just, or even talk about, we have some neighbors here that have mental health issues or don't have money for food. Like when Community Kitchen was happening and we were giving away food, shout out to that Brown Girl Cooks, my family. Shout out to Communion. Oh, I digress for a minute. Indulge me. Right now, my family is downstairs having brunch at Communion. If you've never been to brunch at Communion Restaurant and Bar in Seattle, Washington, I encourage you. The brunch, it's phenomenal. And you get mimosas. Who doesn't love mimosas? Anyway, but they're downstairs cooking right now. And they have new merch. I shouted it out at the beginning. Get your Communion soft, non-black hoodie. It's white. And it says, what does it say? There's no taste like home. It says no taste like home. Because on the floor, when you walk in there, it says, I am home. So anyway, it's my home, my family. Shout out to Communion. But when was the last time you sat down with your family and had a conversation? We are so busy moving and trying to make our lives normal now. When have we sat down and actually, since we were locked down, sat down and just say, how you doing? Check in with each other. These are healing things to think about. Because you might have had something you wanted to say to your partner, your kids, your grandma, whoever lived with you. Like, sit down and have a family conversation. Or with your group of girlfriends. We got a girlfriend group. There's 4 of us. Well, there's more than 4 of us. It's like, there's a core group and then there's like branches. But we made it a commitment to go take a trip together. It was a 2-day trip to San Diego. We're going to sit on the beach and just be girlfriends. And not have to worry about work, people, partners, just what's going on with you? How can I help you as my friend? What do I feel about you as my friend? There's all the things, healing circles. When was the last time I do this a lot. So if you see me on the streets, just know that there's probably some loud something playing in my car that I am singing and dancing to, having a full-on concert in my car. When's the last time you sang really loud? Like, let your whole voice just... Because sometimes, we're in a house, we're in an apartment, I'm every woman, it's all in me. I sing soft, knowing I can go, I'm every woman. You know what I'm saying? When was the last time you did that? I'm sorry, y'all. I know that was loud on your ears. You weren't ready, but I had to get that out. Just let it belt. Open up your throat chakra. Let it fly. I be in the car, because you can be in the car screaming. Just all the things. Full cadence, off key, voice scratchy. I don't care. Just to get it out of your body. I go out to the woods and scream. When have you ever done? Has anybody ever done that? You just go out into the woods and just, as loud as you can, just to get that energy out of your body. Do it in your car. I've done it in my car several times. When my son left North Carolina, went to college in North Carolina. When my son left Houston, Texas to come back to Seattle to stay with his dad for a while, I got in my car at the airport after I dropped him off the airport, and I was crying. Let the crying go, and then I just went for like 10 minutes and allowed myself to just scream and release the fact that I'm an empty nester now. My baby is going across the country, and I can't just grab him. Singing in the shower is good too, Laurel. I do sing in the shower. I don't care if my neighbors hear me. I do sing. Actually, truth be told, I don't really sing in the shower. That's when my MC skills come out. I rap in the shower. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems and ain't one. Hit me. Yeah, all of it. All of it. Treat the root of the problem. The root of the problem could just be you holding on to some anger that you need to scream about. If you can't talk to the person, talk to them in the car. Talk in the car like they're sitting there. Cuss them all the way. Man, I am Issa Rae in the mirror in the bathroom. If you watch Insecure, the scenes where she talks to herself in the bathroom and then her younger self shows up and she be talking to herself like, that was dumb, right? Why did you do that? Or, oh, girl, you cute. I talk to myself in the mirror. Because if no one else is going to talk to me like that, if I live by myself and I'm not out in the world getting compliments and all of the things, I'm going to compliment my damn self. Yeah, I'm cute. Sure am. I might be old, but I still got it. Yeah, all the things, right? Pump yourself up. That's healing to yourself. It's not crazy. It's not crazy. I get dressed for myself. People are like, oh, you got cute for me? No. I got cute because I'm cute, and I decided I wanted to dress cute. Today, I decided I wanted to be warm and comfortable because it's drizzly and raining outside. So usually I come, I've got makeup, I've got lashes, I've got nice earrings. Oh, I got good earrings on today. Shout out to Seaweed International. Or I'll have on, something nice. I try to look pretty for y'all. Today, I got on my pajamas and I'm comfortable because as soon as we're done at 1 o'clock, as soon as I hit the live in button, I'm taking a nap. I encourage you to do the same. It's a perfect day to eat popcorn, watch a movie, and take a nap. I'm shutting all the way down. Might have somebody come shut it down with me. Hey, no, I'm just kidding. I'm enjoying my solitude, actually. But, iPhone user. I don't know who iPhone user is, but hi. So, healing. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. I'm going to go back to the beginning and then I'm going to go back to the middle, just to kind of summarize this before we go into meditation. Healing is not something that you do. You don't do healing. It can be, but healing is not, you don't do healing. Healing is not something that you are. Healing is who you are. An endless and consistent shedding of the human shell. Because the shell's going to go away, but the spirit never does. When you die, in Ifa, the belief is that after a year, your spirit ascends and you begin the process of reincarnating as an ancestor. My great, 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 great grandfather returned. 5 grades. I'm old. And I was a man, which is really interesting because I had my god sister's daughter ask me if I was non-binary, right? And ever since she asked me that, I start looking at myself in masculine and feminine ways because I never thought about myself as being anything other than a prissy, girly girl. I am a girl. I'm a pink, loving, soft, cuddly, emotional girl. But I also have a real strong masculine side, apparently. Yeah, I used to be the I'm scared to spy. I mean, I've never been a scary girl, per se. I didn't like vampires too much, but I'm not scared. I don't like snakes. But anything else, I'm not really scared of. And I will try anything once, much to my mother's dismay. I try anything once, twice if I liked it. But I've been exploring my masculine and feminine self, which is really interesting. I've been dressing real masculine lately, mainly because it's comfortable and warm. Leggings and hoodies are my friend. But I also embrace that I might have on some Carhartt pants and a Carhartt coat, and my hair may be butched, and I may have a hat on, but I'm going to have some red lacy underwear underneath. I couldn't resist that, y'all. I'm a girly girl. I am a girly girl for real. I like hair, and I like all the girly stuff. So, and then sometimes I also like girls. Not right now. I'm not in that season. But who knows? But your healing starts with checking in with what you need. What do you need? What are you trying to heal? And it's not the headache. Why do you have the headache? I have a headache because I haven't had any sleep in the last week and a half. And I haven't had any sleep in that last week and a half because I work too hard. And I work too hard because I need to get paid to take care of my family. And I need to take care of my family because I grew up without any money. And I told myself when I was in my formative years that I was never, ever going to be broke. So I work. And then I work so much because I can't stop myself because now it's a habit and I'm a workaholic because I like the feeling of having money in my pocket and I like the feeling of being able to buy whatever the hell I want to buy and go wherever the hell I want to go without money being an object. When really the healing is the perception that money is the thing. Money's not the thing. Money is an energy yield. Money stands for my own natural energy yield. Meaning, money is the energy that I use to live my life and to have the things that I need to have to keep me healthy, happy, safe, all the things, right? But we think of money as, and money is the root of all evil. No, money is not the root of all evil. Love of money is the root of all evil. Do you love money? I love money, but I'm not in love with money. I love being able to have it. I love being able to spend it. I love being able to give it away. But it doesn't make me. I like it because of the convenience that it creates in my life. But it's just a tool. The real healing is getting to the source of the workaholicness as to why I feel that I don't have enough just as and where I am in my life. Think about it. So, that's my soapbox for the day. I pray that you gain some nuggets, and I pray that Spirit continues to speak with you and to you, in you, through you, as you, because there is only one you in the universe in existence. There's only one you. And we hold on to relationships looking for the one when you are the one. You're the one, right? And the relationships that you have, it's like, I was having a conversation with somebody about relationships, and we were talking about possessiveness and jealousy and the things that we go through in relationships that are not so good, right? I could have a relationship with you, right? We could be in a relationship together and love each other and all the things. You could also have a relationship with someone else. And you're the same person, but you're not the same person in relationship to both of those two people. Why? Because their experiences, circumstances, perceptions, judgments, lifestyle, energy, habits are all different. And so you have to adjust yourself according to who that person is. You're not cookie cutter, and neither are they. So all of us that have, and I know myself to have this, I have a need to be special. I admit it. It's the way I was raised. Call it princess, call it what the hell you want, and I'm working on it daily. But I like to feel special to the people that I love because the people that I love are special to me, right? Now, that comes from an ego space. Ego says, I need to be special. I need to be the only one that you see in this way. I am the only one that you love in this way. I'm the only one that you give to in this way. Which we know is not true. But it is true. Because I'm the only me that I have. So the person is only going to love me based on, and I'm only going to view their love based on my experience of what love was or is, or what I have in my mind that love is. So for me to compare myself in a relationship to someone that, like, you're dating, let's say you're dating someone, like I said, they have another partner. How am I going to compare myself to this person when the person that I'm in relationship with can't love me the way they love them, because we're not the same person? And they're not better than me, and I'm not better than them. It's just different. So the next time you start feeling that little jealousy monster, I'm not getting, I am the proponent of what about me? I admit it. It's in my Odu. It's in my, what about me? Why am I always last? It's a spiritual thing that I work through. And I know that it comes from the spiritual energy of the Odu that I was born with, says that I am always going to be first in heaven, last on earth. First in heaven, last on earth. Which means I was God's favorite. Got to be somebody's favorite, right? And I was sent to earth to not be the favorite, so that I could get over myself and recognize that, everyone's unique and different in their own way, and none of it takes anything away from me. So anyway, I digress. But I really, we're going to do a meditation now. I wanted to shout out this book. And I'll put it on my page. I promise you I will put it on the page this time. I know I've been not doing that. This book right here, My Grandmother's Hands. If you can see it over there. Holding it to the, okay, Facebook, I'm holding it for the Zoom people. Okay, Zoom people, I'm holding it up for the Facebook people. This book is about racialized trauma and the pathway to mending our hearts and bodies. And it speaks a lot about ancestral wisdom and healing. And today is the day of Eshu and Oshun. The crossroads. Anyway, so start thinking about your ancestors when you start thinking about healing. Start thinking about the things that you knew your parents dealt with. My parents dealt with infidelity on both sides. They were both cheaters. My mom and my stepdad, cheaters. When she cheated, he cheated. When he cheated, she cheated. They go back and forth. They play tit for tat. And I'm a teenager watching it all go down. And they had enough money where it wasn't affecting anyone. They could just go off to wherever and do their thing. And nobody saw them, and they could be a couple in Paris. Right? That's in my bloodline. I create a whole new life, whole new relationship across town. That's not what I want. I don't want to live that way, but it's in my DNA. So ask yourself these questions. When you think about the way your mama is, those things that you don't like about your family and your parents and your mama, and she said this and she said that, think about how that shows up in you. And have compassion for whoever they are and going through what they went through, because they might not have known better, right? So anyway, just some things to think about when you're talking about anxiety and depression and mental and emotional and spiritual healing and sexual healing. Sometimes you just need a good orgasm. When's the last time you had a really good orgasm? That's healing. That's regenerating your body. That's opening up the energy of creation in your body. And you don't gotta have another person have an orgasm. Do it to yourself. Do it for yourself. Do it to yourself. Or if you have a partner or partners, it's a new day. You know, get you some love. Get loved on. Have somebody rub your arm, rub your back, rub your feet, rub your own feet. Get you some love. So we're going to do this meditation. It's going to be just a quick one because I went way over time. I just felt like I wanted to talk about healing in a different way. So we talk about all the modalities, but we don't talk about other daily practical healing things that you don't got to spend no money on. You just got to use your heart and spirit and open up your energy to the process, right? Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. You know. So let's get comfortable in our chair. I'm going to take my glass. She handmade this nose jewelry for me intuitively. And she was like, based on your nose. And she made this for me, and I love it. Anyway, I have two of them. She made two of them for me. So let's take some deep collective breaths together. Ready? Inhale in on the count of 8. So you're going to inhale as you count to 8 in your mind's eye. Ready? Inhale in. And hold it for a count of 8. And exhale. Again, inhale in for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale. Now this time we're going to inhale in and we're going to do what's called dropping the breath. So you inhale in. And you hold it. And you drop the breath. Just for balance, I'll do that one more time so you can do it if you missed it. Inhale in on the count of 8. Ready? Inhale in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And drop it. Now just allow your body to settle. Allow yourself. My music won't play, so it's going to be a silent meditation. Allow yourself to be fully supported and grounded in the chair or the bed or the floor. And we're just going to do a quick relaxation meditation, really short. I want you to focus on the natural rhythm of your breath. Focus on the inhale, focus on the exhale. Bring your awareness to the bottom of your nostrils, that space between your nose and lip, as you inhale and exhale, feeling the air circulate in and out of your nose. Feel the air as it enters and exits your nose. Become aware of the sensations around you in your environment. Become aware of the temperature of the room on your skin, of the lights behind your eyes. Become aware of the rise and fall of your breath. And breathe. Keep your attention focused on your breath. If any thoughts pop in, allow them to drift in and out slowly, like clouds, or as if they were running on a slow-moving stream. Allow them to drift out. Don't focus on any one thought. Just focus on your breath. Now see, feel, or imagine, or set the intention that you are rooted and grounded and relaxed and settled and safe and secure and comfy and cozy and warm. Imagine what that feeling is like for you, even if that's not your experience right now. In your mind's eye, allow yourself to be comfortable and ease into the comfort of the relaxation. Now bring your awareness back into your body, back into the space, back into your mind, back into yourself, into your spirit. Glance your eyes softly downward and open them slowly. And you can stretch. And yawn. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being patient and rolling with me through my changes with online, in person. The next Sunday service will be in March, and it will be live and direct at the Link Project. It will also be streaming on Zoom because I like the communication with Zoom. So we'll see you in about 2-3 weeks. Stay tuned. Also go to the Sunday Service Facebook page I'm going to list this prayer and this list of things that you may want to think about when you're talking about healing yourself. And I'm sending you all out so much love and light today and hugs. And I'm about to get on this couch. My couch is like a sofa bed thing with some blankets and some pillows and some snacks and zone out. Take a nap first. I love y'all. I love y'all too. Take care. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being your present, beautiful selves. And I'll see you next time. Ashe. Namaste. Peace. Peace.